have you ever wondered how your body communicates with itself and reacts to the world around you? Each movement, each sensation, each thought you have is the result of a complex network known as the nervous system. It's a fascinating and intricate system that keeps us connected to the world around us, allowing us to interact and respond to our environment in real time. Think of the nervous system as a vast, intricate web threading throughout our bodies. This web is made up of two main components: the central nervous system, or CNS, and the peripheral nervous system, or PNS. The central nervous system is like the command center, comprising the brain and spinal cord. The peripheral nervous system, on the other hand, is the network of nerves that branches out from the CNS to every corner of our body. Now that you have a basic understanding of what the nervous system is, we can delve into how it works. The nervous system is complex, but it can be understood by breaking it down into its essential parts. Firstly, let's dive into the central nervous system, the brain and spinal cord, the control center of the body. The brain, a marvel of nature, is the seat of intelligence, interpreter of the senses, initiator of body movement, and controller of behavior. Tucked safely within our skull, it's our very own command center. The spinal cord, on the other hand, is a long, thin, tubular bundle of nervous tissue that extends from the brain. Its primary role is to transmit neural signals between the brain and the rest of the body. It also serves as the center for coordinating many reflexes. Now, let's move on to the peripheral nervous system, the vast network that connects the central nervous system to the rest of the body. It's like the body's communication superhighway, carrying messages to and from the central nervous system. The peripheral nervous system is further divided into the somatic nervous system, which controls voluntary movement, and the autonomic nervous system, which oversees involuntary functions like heart rate and digestion. But what makes all this communication possible? Welcome to the world of neurons, the basic units of the nervous system. Neurons are specialized cells designed to transmit information to other nerve cells, muscle, or gland cells. Their function is to receive, carry, and pass on information, creating a vast and intricate network of communication. Each neuron is made up of a cell body, dendrites, and an axon. Dendrites receive messages from other neurons and pass them to the cell body. The axon then carries these messages away from the cell body and passes them on to other neurons. This process repeats billions of times a day, creating the symphony of signals that is our nervous system. With this understanding of the nervous system structure, we can now explore how signals are transmitted through this intricate network. The nervous system communicates through a complex process of signal transmission. This intricate dance of information exchange is what allows us to experience life in all its vivid detail. But how exactly does this happen? Let's dive in. The key players in this process are special cells known as neurons. Each neuron is a little marvel of nature, capable of generating electrical impulses or messages. These messages, like whispers passed in a crowded room, carry information from one neuron to another. But how does an electrical impulse leap from one neuron to another? Well, it doesn't. It's here that our story takes a chemical turn. At the end of each neuron is a tiny gap called a synapse. This gap is where the electrical signal converts into a chemical one. The neuron releases chemicals called neurotransmitters into the synapse. These neurotransmitters are like tiny postmen, ferrying the message across the synapse to the next neuron. The receiving neuron has special receptors that catch these neurotransmitter postmen and convert the chemical message back into an electrical one. Now, this might seem like a bit of a roundabout way to pass a message. Why not just keep it electrical all the way? Well, the beauty of this system is that it allows for fine-tuning. Different neurotransmitters can carry different types of messages, and the receiving neuron can adjust its response based on the type and amount of neurotransmitter it receives. One crucial part of this process is the action potential. Think of it as the go signal that triggers the neuron to fire and pass on its message. When a neuron receives enough stimulation from neurotransmitters, it reaches its action potential and sends its own electrical impulse down the line. So from the initial generation of an electrical impulse, through the chemical relay at the synapse, to the final delivery of the message to the next neuron, this process of signal transmission is the backbone of how our nervous system communicates and functions. The human nervous system is a marvel of biological engineering. In the span of a few minutes, we've journeyed through the intricate pathways of our body's own communication network. We've seen how our nervous system, with its central and peripheral branches, forms the structure that orchestrates our every action and sensation. We've discovered the role of neurons, those diligent messengers that tirelessly transmit signals across the body. We've learned about neurotransmitters, the chemicals that facilitate these signals, allowing for the seamless coordination of our bodily functions. We've dived into the process of signal transmission, understanding how messages are sent from our brain, down through our spinal cord, and out to the various parts of our body. This process is crucial, dictating how we move, how we think, and how we feel. So, let's not take for granted this intricate network that operates quietly within us. The next time you move, think, or feel, remember the intricate network of neurons that made it possible. That's the power of the human nervous system.